Alright. Okay, so we're at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with the Black Square Starship. It's been forever since I've been flight simming. It literally feels like it's been forever. It's probably only been like, I don't know, maybe a year or so. So needless to say, I'm probably rusty at all of this. But I wanted to fly the Starship and having a hankering for it, so yeah. Plus, wanted to see how the sim has evolved over the last year that I've not really been paying much attention to it. So, first things first. It's being recorded off of Monitor 2. Microsoft Flight Simulator has now finally got the one-eye view, which is great, but I don't know how it's going to translate my head movements, if my head movements are going to be too dramatic or not. I can already tell that some things are a little stuttery here. I'm using my Xbox controller to move around the aircraft here. Probably should have put the GPU on, but I didn't. Alright, doesn't look like I have any of the stuff on, you know, like the chocks or pitot covers or engine covers, anything like that. So this is good. This is good. Alright, so I'm going to be flying from Nadzab, my favorite airport in Papua New Guinea, and we're going to be going to Mount Hagen. The last time I flew that route was in a P-38, Flying Irons P-38, and it ended up being a thunderstorm by the time we got to Port Hagen, so hopefully the weather will hold out. I have it set to live weather and live time, so this is exactly what it's like right now in Papua New Guinea, which is actually a great day to fly. I didn't check the temperature though. I suppose we can do that inside the bird. Now this bird is pretty complicated, so yeah, it might take me a little longer than normal to get back in the saddle, as it were. But so far everything looks good from the outside, so I guess we will go ahead and hop in. If I remember how to do that, that is. I want to say it's this button. Okay, it is. It is this button. Yay. Okay, well that's a good start, right? Alright, now, yeah, I was going to say there's got to be a thingy-mabobber here. Alright, I'm going to check my mouse here. Okay, mouse is in the center of the screen, which is fine. I'm going to click E on U. And let's see what our options are. Unrestricted beta range, beta announcer, da-da-da-da-da. Hide GNS30. No, don't hide the GNS30. I might need that. Cloud strobe effect, force cabin temperature display in Celsius. Nah, I'm okay with the F. Show extreme cabin temperature lights. Load with covers and chocks deployed. Oh, that's why they weren't there. VR tablet static position, which is fine. Show co-pilot from inside, which is also fine, except I don't see my co-pilot. VATSIM monitor all when COM 1 and 2 are selected. Alright, let's go with the payload. Okay, so what do we have here? Pilot and co-pilot. Alright. I am about probably 200 pounds now. Co-pilot, we'll make her about 180. We got passengers, 170, 170. Oh, well, they're nicely balanced. And we got cargo, 170. You know what? I'm going to put a passenger back here. Make them 180, though. Okay, so all of that stuff is already taken care of. Cabin door, refill oxygen. Of course, everything's off, so I can't tell what is going on there. Where's all my checklists? Are there checklists on this? I think this is just the aircraft's EFB. I don't think this is the actual EFB. Either way, I'm going to put some gas in there. So let's see. 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. So there we go. 1,005 and 1,005, 150 gallons should be way more than we need. Technically, it's like a 30-minute flight, if that. So I don't anticipate running out of issue or running out of power. I'm going to add some more cargo in the back. Okay, so that's all our payload. I really don't know if the oxygen is filled or any of that stuff, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, this bird. I am in love with this bird. Been waiting for it since Vegas, which would be Flight Sim Expo 2024. Of course, it is now 2026, so 2 years later. Missed the one in Rhode Island, more than likely going to miss the one in Minneapolis this year. But all of that having been said, yeah, when they told me about this bird coming, I had to have it because this was like a childhood dream. As a child, I always had a subscription to Flying Magazine. Like my dad subscribed on my behalf, and I used to read it every month. And I remember in the late 80s reading about Starship and being absolutely fascinated by it, especially the fact that it's a canard. So yeah, that just won me over as a kid. Or I guess technically you'd say as a teenager, because I was like 18, 19, so. Alright, but anyway, let's see if we can get this damn thing started. I'm telling you, I'm so freaking rusty. You have no idea just how rusty I am. Alright, let me check my controls. Left, right, okay. Check our throttles. Okay, so that's our beta, that's our idle. Oh wait, is it just in idle, or can I go to beta range here? I don't think I can go to beta from here. Probably not. Alright, there's our parking brakes. Yep, parking brakes are on. Hopefully I won't need to use the beta because honestly, I forget how to do that. Alright, but I still need a checklist, which means I probably need the regular EFB. So let us get that up and running. Okay, yeah, this thing's still massive. Did they ever make it so that we can change the size? I see they made it to where we can move it. But I don't see a thing to make it bigger or larger. Unless I'm just looking in the wrong spot, which is highly probable. Alright, how about we put you somewhere out of the way? Okay, why you rotate like that? Stop rotating like that. Alright, expand, collapse, da 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 da. Where's all my settings? Settings, tablet size, vertical or horizontal. Horizontal maybe? Small, medium, large. It's already on small. It doesn't get much smaller than that. What I really need to check is whether or not my co-pilot is enabled, because I rather like having my co-pilot handle, you know, the stuff, communications and all that. Do I need to go settings for that? I guess I don't even know. Alright, checklists. Okay, now I think we're getting somewhere. Pre-flight checks. But still, this thing is just massive. Seriously though, all this time they couldn't put a thing to just like change the size? I don't know, man, I don't know. Okay, that's our communication system. What is this? No idea what that is. Wasn't there a thing where it was like you could have your co-pilot take over, or do I need to go to settings for that? How much you want to bet I need to go to settings? I have this feeling like I need to go like into the sim settings to get that done. All right, in any event, let's see if we can do this. So parking brake set. Control locks are removed. Landing gear control is currently in the down position. Yeah, I believe it is. Yep. Yeah, and it cannot be moved, so it's in a down position. That is good. Alright, battery to on. Question is, where did I put the battery switch on this? Okay, there it is. Oh, the noises on this plane, though. Pitch, roll, and rudder set to 0. Okay, rudder is already 0. Roll is kinda sorta 0. Yeah, it is 0. Pitch is, of course, currently up. Actually, shouldn't I set the pitch to takeoff pitch, do you think? Yeah, we'll set it to 0 like it says. Alright. Fuel quantity check. Okay, where's my fuel quantity? Ah, right there. 1021, fuel temperature is 26 Celsius. Okay, that works for me. Yes, oxygen pressure, check. It says I have 1850 pounds of oxygen, which is wonderful. Air stair door annunciator check. Where is that? Door unlocked. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Battery can now go off. Okay, that was quick. Wheel chocks are removed. Pedostatic covers are removed. Engine covers removed. Gear locking pins. Oh, you know what? I didn't check the gear locking pins. I should check that. That's important. If we don't take those suckers out, we'll never be able to get the gear up. Alright, let's go to the outside view. And I guess this thing's coming with us. Alright, how do I kneel again? That. Okay. I'm so used to using this Xbox controllers with games like Black Desert Online, which I've been playing more and more again lately. But I don't use it that often with Flight Sim, and I don't use it with anything else, especially Skyrim VR, which has taken the bulk of my time. That's what I've been doing the most, is Skyrim VR. We'll discuss all of that later, though. Alright, but suffice to say, gear locking pins are done. So we'll go ahead and clicky on UE. Alright, emergency exit. I have no idea where the hell the emergency exit is. We're just going to say it's good. Air stair door. I'm going to say it's locked, but obviously we know it's not locked until I get back in the cockpit and lock it myself, which I can do like this. Nice. Hear how quiet it just got. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so that's everything for this page. We'll move to before starting engine. Circuit breaker left. Let's check to make sure they're all in. Oh, this is a rolly. You can use your scroll wheel on that. Okay, cool. Alright, all of these appear to be in. That works for me. Okay, so left is good. Auxiliary circuit breakers, those are down here. From a glance, yeah, they all look to be in. And right circuit breakers, well, see, this is where Kara would come in really, really handy right now, but she ain't here. So I guess I'll have to do it. Roly, 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 roly. And yeah, you definitely want to check to make sure all of these suckers are in, because if they are not, it might lead to unexpected issues. Okay, so that all works. Yay. Remind me before I start this thing to check the settings really quick, just to make sure that I actually have a co-pilot. Alright, circuit breakers right. Outboard reversionary panels as required. Where's my reversionary thing? Okay, ICAS rev. Okay, so what does that do? When you put the ICAS in reversionary mode, it takes it from here and puts it here. So if we have to start on like a low charge battery or something, this will be the only thing that needs to be on, so you can see that the engines are coming online. You don't have to have the ICAS on. At least that's from my understanding. Seat belts and harness, parking brake is set, audio panels and mic as required. I have no idea where that is. Static source should be norm. It is. This is our static source right here. So yeah, that's good to go. Oxygen supply, system ready, pull on. That's this silver thingy-mabobber under the yoke. Excuse me, yoke. Okay, so that's on. And oxygen masks test. That's behind this little guy right here. All we gotta do is push this red button. Yep, that sounds like oxygen is moving to me. Okay, sweet. We got oxygen. Ice protection should be off. That's all of these guys here. Yeah, down is off. Landing gear control, we already confirmed that that is in the down position. Anti-skid switch should be in anti-skid. It should be. What's the bottom position? Okay, yeah. Anti-skid on. Center reversionary panel, we're not going to mess with that. Standby instruments, we'll go ahead and turn those on. Now those run on the battery regardless of whether or not the battery is actually on. And there's our gyro coming to life. Look at that. Hear that sound? That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. Bat power on. Okay, so yeah, it's running off the battery and it is currently draining the battery, so we need to hustle. Standby battery power on, annunciators illuminated. Power levers to idle. That's our condition levers. That's our power. Okay, yeah. Prop levers are in full forward. We just confirmed. Condition levers are in full cutoff or fuel cutoff. Bleed air valves are off. Yep, bleed air is over there and it says off. Perfect. Temp mode is also off. Actually, pretty much all of that is off. So yeah. All right, and now we can turn on the battery again. Okay, triple fed bus. Make sure that we've got at least 22 volts on this. All right, so triple fed bus. What do you say? You say 25.2. This is great. Incidentally, what's our battery amp? 48. Okay, well, that's not bad. It's going to ask for center bus next, so we'll check that. 26. Yeah, 26 volts is good. Needs to be higher than 23. And our battery itself is also 26, which is wonderful. I love all of that. Bam, bam. And let's turn our ICAS itself on. Okay, ICAS is powering up. You know what? I think I may have put the ICAS on the wrong thing. So let's put that back to normal. We'll get this one online. What does this say? Disable remote tuning. Engine data. Is it that one? Might be that one. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so engine data is on there. That's what I was talking about. That's what I thought the reversionary switch was, but I got that mixed up with that one. Whoops. Alright, so we got a bunch of Christmas lights on this sucker. Kind of expected. Firewall fuel valves, push them closed. Okay, so are you open? And you. Okay, both of those say closed, extinguisher says on. That's what we were looking for. Standby pumps, we can turn those on. I always forget where the standby pumps are in this sucker, so it might take me a second to find them. Auto ignition. You know, what I should do is I should actually read the letters next to the thing that I'm trying to look at instead of just assuming, hey. Alright, what's up with the headset here? The headset is losing its tracking for some ungodly reason. Alright, that's all ice. Where's my fuel? Oh, standby pumps right there. Turn you on. Turn you on. Okay, so yeah, they're still illuminated. Let's go ahead and close or open those and see what it says. So the extinguish goes off and the fuel pressure low goes off because it's actually moving fuel. One thing I should do, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get the blower on so that way our avionics don't get too hot, because this aircraft is special when it comes to that. You gotta have your avionics cooled. Alright, so those are fine. That's extinguished, that's extinguished. Let's turn the standby pumps back off, and if we recall, they are right here. Okay, good deal. Next. Fuel pressure low, came back on, sure did. Alright, good deal. Transfer flow, we're not going to worry about that because we don't have anything in the reserve tanks. Fuel transfer message, transfer flow. Okay, avionic airfail message, make sure that is illuminated. I think it is. Oh, the blower is already on, so yeah, it's not going to be failed, which is fine by me. Because honestly, I'd rather have the blower on than check to make sure that the light comes on to tell me the blower is not on. You know what I mean? Fuel quantity check, total and aft. Alright, let's go ahead and check that. So that's our total, is 1021 in the left side. Aft tank, 16. Hardly any in there. Same thing there, 16. And if we were doing a transfer, we could do that. Actually, we probably could test that. Oh, I gotta turn the pumps on for that. No, I don't. No, I don't. I just have to switchy the switch. Okay. Alright, that works. Yay. Oxygen pressure, confirm. Yep, 1850. Cabin lights as required. External lights as required. Okay. Let's see what we got. Everybody put on your damn seat belts. Overhead cabin. Yeah. Cabin aisle. Yeah. Nav. Anti-call. We're not going to start just yet, so we'll leave the anti-collision lights off for right now. And everything else I am not going to worry about. Alright, moving right along. Okay, so now we're going to be starting with battery. So we just go right into it. So it's going to be the right engine starting first. Pull the right condition lever up after 12%. I've heard that you should wait until like about 15 or 17% before you actually pull all of that up. But we're going to go through all of that first. So I'm just going to check all of this stuff off for the right engine, and then we will go ahead and pick it up at generator. So 65 N1 is what we're looking for a minimum run, and about 15, 17 on the condition lever. Okay, so ready? Wish me luck. Okay, we're at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Are you starting? Oh, I guess I was in beta. Okay, so our prop's coming up. Our ITT is still dead, though, for whatever reason. Are we sure the engine's running? Let's go to the outside view real quick. I hear an engine. That's a good sign, right? Whoops. Got a canard in my way, though. Yeah, it says it's running. Okay. That was the smoothest engine start I've ever had. Usually when I start this puppy, it's like seriously hot. I guess that was the whole point of waiting till 15 to turn it on. Alright, not a problem. Okay, so we can get this off. Oh. Did I do that? Apparently I did. Oh, I forgot to put it to run, that's why. Okay. Let's try this again. Really should wait a couple of minutes before you try this again, but it's me. I'm crazy. Alright, so what were we looking for? 15. That's 14. That's 15. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Numbers, baby. Numbers. Okay. I told you it's been forever since I've done this. So we want it to come up to what? 65 on the N1. There it is, 65. So we'll go ahead and set you to run, and we will get the right generator on. Okay, so that's good, and we'll turn this off. Okay, good deal. We got a good start on one. I love it. I love it. Alright, let's go ahead and get 2. Alright, so left one is coming to life. 15, okay. Yeah, that's looking good. We're not pegging out. This is wonderful. And there it is, 65. Okay, bam. Left gen. Okay, very good, very good, very good. All right. Wait, didn't I turn on the left gen? Pretty sure I turned on the left gen. Oh, I should probably turn this off. There we go. Starter was on. Alright, so we're good to go. And you know what? I totally forgot to do anti-collision lights, but you know what? They got the hint. They figured out what we were doing. Battery charge rate is low. Wow, minus 53. Okay, that doesn't sound very good, does it? But all the same, everything is on, right? Sure sounds like it. Okay, we're going to assume everything is on. Alright, pneumatic pressure is low, left bleed, right bleed, AFX. Okay, not a problem. Bam, 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 bam. Charge battery until load meter less than 50%. I mean, it says minus 25. Is that good enough? Well, the warning light went off, so I'm assuming that means it's properly charging. And see, we do have both gens sharing the load, so that's good. Center bus, triple feed. Batteries at 28.6. Okay, well, I'm fine with all of that. That looks good to me. All looks good to me. Gen ties open. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's the test for the gen ties. I don't need to do that, I don't think. They're paralleled. That's all we need to know. Alright, we're not going to do that. We're going to do, before taxi, pilot and co-pilot avionics. Okay, so let's get on pilot, co-pilot. Now, why does it still say my pilot and co-pilot are empty? Yeah, it shouldn't say that. I even added a person in here. Actually, none of my figures seem to have carried over. But with that having been said, we certainly do have everything where I believe it needs to be. Except, still no co-pilot. Can we see co-pilot from the outside? Can't even see me from the outside. Are you kidding me? Can't see anybody. What the hell? Lightsim, what you doing to me? You're killing me here. Where are my people? Where's Kara? Oi. I swear, this sim. Okay, cabin temp is currently high. Standby indicators are on. Yeah, we identified that before. Bleed air valves. Okay, set those to both. There we go, that's both. Set the temp to auto. Okay, so that all works. Set temp mode select is auto. Lights as required. No smoking, seat belts. All that's operating. Flap, wing. Oh, yeah, let's test those. Oh, that's why my canard went forward. My flaps were set in the down position. See, when your flaps are up, your canard goes back. When your flaps are down, your canard goes forward. So that is what was causing that. So right now my flaps are down. Okay. I'm gonna put the flaps back up, by the way. Alright, so we checked that. Okay. AHRS alignment. Initialize system. Update database. Yes. Database read field. Or failed. Insert diskette. Okay, can I insert a diskette? This is the diskette right here. Do I even have a diskette is the real question. Seriously, this is an old school floppy drive right here. You see this? Kids, this is an old school floppy drive. This is what we used to use in our PCs. Stuff it in there like that. Alright, diskette is currently inserted. So do I need to do anything here? Yeah? And yeah, that's what it does. It makes horrible noises and flashes the light. Flight data NA, NAN. I'm assuming we want this. But yeah, that's what it did. That's exactly what it did. Nowadays, you would call it the save file icon, but that was a floppy disk, and it wasn't very floppy. The original ones were, but the 3.5-inch ones, like the one that I just put in there, were rock solid, hard plastic. Okay, yes, continue. All data is okay. Okay. FMS data, I think that's what we want. I don't know what a guruf is. I don't recall putting a guruf in there. Let's start this up. Hold on. Alright, we're waiting for the GPS to come up and do its thing. Rather than use the old school stuff, which I'm not going to lie, I am still extremely rusty on, we're going to have it just fire up the regular GPS. But while that is going on, one important thing I need to check, can't delay any longer. I need Kara. I have to have Kara. Okay, so we were waiting for the GPS to do its thing, and it says it's acquiring something. So while it's busy acquiring, I'm going to head back to my seat. Actually, no, I'm going to head back here first because I want to see the aircraft itself. This is, without a doubt, one of the most beautiful aircraft I have ever seen. No cigarette disposal. Don't put your smokes in here, folks. Seriously, if I would have had like millions of dollars back in the late 80s, I totally would have bought one of these. Although back then, I probably would have needed a pilot's license first. Alright, so here we got my flight plan. Yeah, that is my flight plan. Okay, CDI is set to GPS. Menu. Data fields on. Where's my active flight plan? Seriously? Where's my flight plan, man? Oh, they're killing me here. Absolutely killing me. I mean, AYMH is definitely my destination. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, let's go back to the index. Avionics status, no faults. Okay, well that's good, at least. Plan map. Display. Wait, isn't that my flight path there? What? Are you kidding me? That's my flight path. It's in there the whole time. You know what? Yeah. I'm a piece of work, clearly. Alright. I need to set my height. Okay, I think that's good. Alright. Yeah, we still can't see what's going on here with the co-pilot and all that. Okay, why can't I move you? I can't move you. Oh, because the option says I have this thing in a static position. Oh! Bet I can move you now. Uh-huh. Problem is, now you won't go where I want you to. Oh, I have no idea where it went. Oh, it's gone now. Oh, there it is. You know what? We're gonna put it over here by my floppy drive there. Or at least attempt to. Because if we can't see Kara, we can at the very least see our payload window. So yeah, we got all that stuff. That's all good. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so where were we again? Getting ready to move out. Alright, I'm going to put the taxi lights on because we are just about ready to taxi. We'll leave our strobe lights off. And I guess I can put this back to that, the comm. That's our autopilot. And I want to say that should be everything. Oh, let me, yeah.
NATSAP ground. Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo with Sierra. Request taxi for takeoff. Departing straight out.
It's all you, Kara. It's all you, baby.
Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo. Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 121.7 when ready. Taxi 2 and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Alpha. Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
Okay. We're good, right? We can get going now, right? Yeah? Okay, runway 27 is what they said. That works for me. Alright. So, yeah, this thing has beta range, and unfortunately, the way that my Virpil HOTAS is set up, I'm going to accidentally put it in beta range. I can just about guarantee you. So, we're going to use that to our advantage. Parking brakes off. Is it not working to my advantage? I don't think it's working to my advantage. need to push the buttons. There we go. That's how we do. Put it into beta and we never have to worry about a tow truck ever again. I love it, baby. I love it. Alright, so it only took us, what, half hour to get started and ready to go? That's how we roll, my guy. That's how we roll. Literally. Are we actually moving now? I think we are. Okay, I want to say our altimeter is correct because we are pretty much 200 feet above sea level. Oh, I still got that AVX off switch and I don't know why. We'll pull up the checklist again in a bit here. Alright, so we're heading due east and we are off to the races.
November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, QNH 1012 departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Okay. Apparently we're cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27, Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
But I'm not ready yet. Because we're still going through all this crap. Alright, so aligning message, CDU date, time, position. We're going to say all of that is fine. Brakes are released, yeah, before takeoff full. Okay, fire extinguisher test. Nah, we ain't doing that. Aux battery, fuel low, stall warning. We're just going to assume that if we stall, it's me. It's my bad. Landing gear test, lead air test, power. We ain't doing any of the tests. That's how bad I am with this. It's already taken us long enough just to get to where we are right now. Yeah, this is like all of the switches and everything. You know what? Why am I doing that? Let's do this. Annunciators. No annunciators. Except the AFX off. I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot what AFX stands for. But I do know one thing, I need pitot heat. Pitot. There we go, we got that on. As required, pressurization, altitude. We don't really need pressurization, altitude. But we're only going up to 13,000 feet. I suppose I should probably set it. Man, this thing takes forever to roll. I hope it's got a 13 on there, because that's what we're looking for. There it is, 13,000 feet. Okay. And that's set to norm. Okay. Oh. You got to initialize your system. All data, okay. FMS data, okay. We're good. We're good. Alright, so all that's good. Yeah. Rate knob should be in a 10 o'clock position. It is. That should be on norm. It is. Avionics check and set. Autopilot engage. Pitch, roll, and trim. Okay. Yeah, see? This is why we do checklists. Put that in the green. There we go. Right, there's good. Flap wing. Ready, check the controls. Auto feather is armed. Is that what AFX is? Auto feather? Where is that? Look at. Oh. Oh, there's a pitot overheat. Okay, well I guess I'll turn the pitot heat back off. We'll wait till we're airborne. Standby altimeter is set. It is now 2988. Okay. Flight engines and displays. Everything's good. Okay. That's it. That's all we need. Alright. Let's get this puppy on the road here. Alright. Caution. I don't need you. Go away. Bye. Okay. Now we're ready to fly. At long last. And I still can't see Kara. Why? Am I missing something on that? Like, if I pull this down, will that cause her to appear? No. Well, certainly not. I don't think that has anything to do with it either. So, why is my co-pilot not there? Who's at fault here? Just Flight or Asobo? I don't even know anymore. Alright, but let's go. They did clear us for takeoff, so I'm gonna head out. Okay, I see nothing coming in, nothing going out. We're good to go, and here we go for my first flight in about a year. I sincerely hope we don't crash and burn. Okay, well, you know what it's time for. Brakes down, throttles up. It's been a long time since I've said that too, huh? Okay, looking good, and let's roll. I don't even remember what my takeoff speed is on this, but we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. I would say what's the worst that could happen, but we already know what the worst that could happen is. And my Xbox controller is currently rumbling each time I go over a bump in the runway. So it's kind of like I've got the butt kicker on, which I don't, by the way. And rotate. Nice, just like that. She just lifts off the ground. That's amazing. Okay, gear up. Very nice, very nice. And she just wants to fly, so now I gotta pull us down a bit here. Probably should have set our heading course and all of that. Oh, this is my climb rate. I don't want to change my climb rate.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
NADSAB Tower, Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, frequency change.
Okay. Are you handling that, Kara, or what's going on here, baby? Do I need to do it? Kara, you're killing me here.
NADSAB approach, Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo is type Beechcraft Starship, 5 miles west of NADSAB, 3100. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Alright, I'm gonna put on the autopilot.
Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, NADSAB approach. Squawk 1205.
Okay. You can handle that, right?
Squawk 1205.
Thank you.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo. Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo, radar contact 6 miles west of NADSAB 4500. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain own navigation.
Okay, will do.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
I have no idea if we're heading the right way because, yeah, it doesn't show me. It does not show me at all. Or at least I don't think it does. I do know that we need to be at 13,000 feet when we hit the next waypoint. So I'm assuming we're going the right direction here. Probably should have set up my GPS before we took off, huh? Probably would have helped. Alright, so where's our autopilot controls? Alright, autopilot, where you at? I need you, real quick. Is this you? No.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf 118.1. Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
Okay. Are you doing autopilot-y goodness? I think it's doing something. Okay. I can't tell what it's doing, but it's doing something. Alright, so we are definitely on nav, and we're at 10,000 feet already. Oh, you know, I didn't even turn on the damn landing lights. Sheesh. And I didn't turn on my anti-collision lights. Yeah, I didn't turn on any of them lights. Okay, none of them lights were on. Wonderful. I told you this was going to be a hack job. Alright, let's go altitude select. Yeah. Okay, this is my altitude. That's where we want to be. Alright. Now, here's the real question. I know I'm in VOR and all of this stuff here, but how do I actually switch it so that I can see what I want to see on that screen? I kind of don't want it on this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I really don't know where the hell we're going. It looks like we are way off course, actually. See, this says standby, and that bothers me. I don't know why it says standby. I feel like we're definitely going in the wrong direction here. Alright, let's take it off a heading, put it on nav, see what we do. I don't want the flight director off, I do want it on nav. Try changing my course here. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere here. Oh, nav source, FMS. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Okay. So, you're gonna do your thing now, right? Yeah, yeah. Where does it even say we're going, though? That's the real question. Oh, there's this thing. Yeah, that is supposed to help you out as far as picking waypoints and stuff, if you need to pick waypoints. Alright, so we should be going to Guru. Okay, give me my flight plan again, please. Yeah? It's our arc map. It's our radar. Okay, there we go. That's what we were looking for. Yeah, we're way the hell off course. Holy crap. Alright, you know what? What if I adjust my course? Really need to get my head out of the cockpit, because even though we're at 13,000 feet, that don't mean a damn thing in Papua New Guinea. Okay, well, we're moving. That's always fun, right? See, there's the waypoint that we were supposed to go to. And we were just like way the hell off course. So I'm gonna backtrack. And just between you and I hate backtracking. But I guess it is what it is, right? Alright, I'm gonna pull our power back just a touch here. Actually, can I pull our... yeah, we'll pull our prop lever back a little. There we go. Okay, so eventually it will get us back to that waypoint. Eventually. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go to the outside view. That way I can check to see just how long this video has been so far. Yeah, I still have no people. I have no idea why. And I don't like it. Alright, but there is Guruf, which is where we were trying to get to. How do I make the range on this less? That is the real question. Range. Okay, that's what I want. Getting ready to swing us back around as we pass the Markham River. And then we can really get on with this flight. So we're down to 830 on the left tank and 814 on the right tank. You know what? I haven't even checked like our cabin and engine and everything. Okay, that engine looks good, that engine looks good, electrical system looks good, cabin, yeah, it's good. I'm trying to move this thing, but it does not want to move. Seriously. Alright, you're just gonna stay in front of my face. Okay. Cabin out high. Really? Do I need to turn the cabin out down? Okay, we'll turn it down to 12,000 then. Alright, I'm going to put this back in its static position. That way it won't annoy me. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, we were trying to get back to the place there. Alright, so let me turn us around. Yep, there's the Markham River. This is an awesome aircraft, though, I gotta say. Absolutely awesome aircraft. I still don't know why this thing is showing me the end of the route instead of the beginning of the route. Okay, so Guruf is no longer selected, which is all fine and dandy. So then that just means we need to select our next waypoint, which is Ziats. I love saying these waypoint names. They're all exotic sounding. Ziats. Okay, so we're lined up now. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it to nav after we straighten out. Okay. I don't know where it's going now, but I sure as hell hope it knows where it's going. Looks like it might be. Alright, let's worry about this. So I'm going to bring this cabin out down. Put it about 10,000. We'll see if it still says that's too high. Pulse ox is blue, air discomfort is green. Okay, I'm assuming that's all good stuff. I'm really hoping it is, because if it isn't, we got a problem. Are you actually going to switch from Ziats to Arau now? I think it is. Or at least I hope it is. It's doing something. Yeah, no. No. What are you doing? You're killing me here. Like we're hand flying this puppy. Okay, this actually does say Ziats. So I'm gonna hit nav. We'll see what it does now. Is it actually doing what it's supposed to do? I don't even know. I'm trying to see if I can just tell it to push forward to the next waypoint. But of course, I have no idea how to do that. Ain't got a clue. Yeah, this should be what it's using. But again, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, really. It's been too long. we good on cabin out? Looks like we are. Okay, that works for me. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take it off of nav. And we're going to put it on heading. And we're going to tell it, you know what? Just fly us where you need to fly us. So yeah, we'll line us up that way, and I'll try to figure out how to get to where I need to be. Okay, around, yeah. Okay, is that where we're supposed to be, I guess? So I can do this now? Or is it still gonna do crazy shit? It's doing crazy shit. Wow. Okay. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've done this. P-pause is our present position, so it should swing us out to the right now, I hope. Okay. It might actually be doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see if it actually lines itself up. In the meantime, I'm going to put our heading select like right where it should be. And I'm just going to kind of hope that this thing knows what the hell it's doing. The arc is still moving, so I'm assuming that's a good thing. Can I transfer a little bit of fuel over? I would very much like to. Okay, this says cabin is okay. Actually, is that really okay? Because it's in red. Should it be in green, you think? I don't even know. Don't even know. Oh, you know, the one thing I didn't check, is there an actual yaw damper that I should have on for this thing? I don't believe there is, but it's hard to tell. And I don't trust this thing. Not even gonna lie, folks. I don't trust this thing. So I'm gonna navigate us the old-fashioned way. Moving the select heading knob. Alright, everything else seems to be fine. Oh, let's check our fuel. Whoops. Yeah, I wanted to balance that. I didn't want to put everything in the right tank. Is it just burning through fuel? It's got to be burning through fuel, right? Alright. As long as they got the same number, I'm good. Don't even care. Okay, well, what a fun ride this has been so far, huh? I have no clue what the hell I'm doing, but here I am, back in the cockpit again. Like a total noob. Like it's the first time I'm using Microsoft Flight Sim. But I guess it beats the hell out of playing Skyrim VR. which is what I've been doing damn near every day for the last year. Well, it's been longer than a year. It's been several years. Like my current timeline in the game is literally 4 years from the start of Skyrim. So if you know anything about Skyrim, Skyrim begins in 4th era year 201, the equivalent of August in the year 201. My game is currently at the end of July in the year 204. So that means 3 years, we're about to start, 4 years has passed since the game began. That's how far into my game I am. And I've done most of the quests. I haven't done some of the guilds like the Thieves Guild or the Dark Brotherhood. In fact, I destroyed the Dark Brotherhood. Didn't do the companions. Pretty much anything I didn't like, I didn't do. And I avoided like the plague. But the Civil War I did, and I won that for the Empire, and then I got a mod called the Second Great War, which basically has the Thalmor, you know, the high elf racists that wanted to take over the world. So we had to fight those guys, and so on and so forth. And of course I've got the usual not safe for work mods, such as Buxom Wench Uriana and Immersive Wenches that add extra stories in there, like stopping a trafficking ring, shall we say. So we stopped the trafficking ring, and of course along the way we managed to get all kinds of new and powerful friends that helped us to defeat the Thalmor and all kinds of good stuff. So here I am 4 years into this game, and I decided I wanted to learn how to actually make mods. So I wanted to learn how to use the creation kit itself, and that has been what I've been doing full-time for the last year. Is been in the creation kit, and I've been basically making my own island nation. I started with a mod that somebody came out with, a person by the name of Cammy. I don't know if Cammy's a guy or a girl, but I do know that Cammy's Unfinished World Spaces was the original mod. And I downloaded the island Maika, M-A-apostrophe-I-K-A, Maika. Kind of like Jamaica, but it's not quite. It's Maika. And I've spent literally the last year building up this island. So the island itself was bare bones. There was just forest and meadows and stuff like that. And I have completely rebuilt this island, brick by brick, as it were. Created like 9 different parishes or districts for it. Each parish or district having its own town, fully fleshed out with NPCs that actually do have lives and do things throughout the course of a day. Set them up with outfit managers so they're not stuck wearing the same exact outfit 24/7. They actually have sleepwear that they wear. If they're a woman, they have a bikini that they can wear on one of my beaches. And some of the areas of the island are like tourist traps, so there'll be like baskets of wine and bread on the beach and so on and so forth. You can have a picnic on the beach and whatnot. It's basically a glorified player home the size of an island that just happens to have like upwards of 300 other people living on the island doing various jobs, whether they're part of the Marine force that keeps the island safe, or the Navy that, you know, defends the waters against the Thalmor, since of course we know the Thalmor all want me dead after I kick their ass. And stuff like that. So that's basically what I've been doing for literally the last year. Just about every single day. I started Halloween 2024, I believe. And I've been working on it nonstop since then, every day. So Halloween 2025 was 1 year into working on Maika. And now here we are, what month is this now? March 2026, and we're still working on it. And I've got most of the island done. The only thing that's left to do is like nav mesh, which nav mesh is a pain in the ass. Let me just tell you that right now. Nav mesh is the most time consuming aspect of it, because the way that Skyrim divides its worlds, it's in cells, and each cell is like 4096 units by 4096 units, and you got to use different triangles and connect vertices. It's just a pain in the ass. It's so time consuming. So right now, that's where I'm at. And if I can stop adding new NPCs and adding new experimental ideas that I wanted to try out and learn, different scripts, then I might actually finish the nav mesh and finish the mod. But here's the kicker. Here's the real fun part. The part that everybody loves when I tell them. I have zero plans of making this mod available to the general public. This is strictly for my game. I'll let that sink in for a second there. Why have I decided to do that? Well, because the whole point of Maika was a grand experiment. It was about teaching myself how to use the creation kit. That's it. That was my primary goal, is learning how to make a mod, how to use a creation kit, how to do all of that kind of stuff. Now, after I'm done with Maika, I may actually create an island from scratch with NPCs and all of that stuff for the general public. But because I've used a ton of different assets from a ton of different mod authors over the years, me chasing down all of these people to get their permissions to use their assets in a publicly available mod that everybody can have, I'm not going through that. Not going through that at all. So that is why nobody will get Maika. But I mean, with that having been said, you know, I'm really enjoying it, and the prospect of my having lived in Skyrim VR for the last 4 years is pretty cool. Of course, it means I'm completely dissociated from reality and all of that. But hey, you know what? I got nothing but time at this point, so might as well. Like I said, I'm retired, so yeah. This is what I do. I make Skyrim mods. Don't even have time to fly anymore. But it is good to get back in here, but doing all of this just reminds me of how overwhelmed I had gotten with flight simming, and the whole reason why I had decided to call it quits in the first place, because there's no way that I can pull off the level of quality videos that I see some of the younger, newer people doing. And granted, nobody's perfect, and yes, there's a crap ton of YouTubers out there that people can watch, and some of them I've even recommended in the video descriptions. For example, Steve, aka the VR flight sim guy, or AvAngel. She's another one that I enjoy watching, especially her adventure videos where she's just flying and not reviewing stuff. But I can't do this anymore, you know? I can't give the same amount of dedication. First of all, I'm starting to forget things. That's one of the reasons why I've been spending so much time in the creation kit, trying to learn something new, trying to exercise my mind to keep my mind going. And I find that when I'm doing something creative that I can sink my teeth into, that's what gets me going. Flight sim, it's fun. It's not creative. Making flight sim videos was fun, and yeah, it was technically creative, but it was more work than it was pure passion project creation, you know? It's not like doing Skyrim. I'll put it this way, when I go in a creation kit and I actually, let's say I create a new town for Maika, right? And I put together all the buildings, I make the LOD, I make a couple of NPCs just to test and make sure that there's no nav mesh issues, make sure NPCs can get to where they need to get to. I build a little market in said town, and I do all of that in the span of a day. And then at the end of the day, after I've saved, after I've run X LOD gen to make sure all of my LOD shows up, after I've merged it in with my current Vortex build for Skyrim, I log into Skyrim VR that night. And I walk around the town. That is the part that really gets me. That is the part that I really enjoy the most. Just being able to hop into VR and see something that I created come to life in VR all around me. And I've had so many oh wow moments that I can't keep up with it. I wish I could show you my screenshot folder from Skyrim. In fact, I may flash some pictures on the screen right now, just random pictures from around Maika, so you have an idea of what the place is like. But yeah, that's what I've been working on for the last year, solid. And it's incredible. It really is. And it's helping to keep my mind going, because honestly, I'm starting to forget stuff. My body feels like it's literally falling apart. I know my mouth is definitely falling apart. You know, I don't know what's going on there, but everything that I've known about me, yeah, I'm starting to feel old age creep in. I'm officially old as far as I'm concerned, so you know, it is what it is. We can't avoid it. This is life. This is how it goes. It's that whole Elton John circle of life business here. But with that having been said, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And that's why I enjoy doing it. And that's why I stopped doing flight simming. And I have no plans on coming back. This video, consider this a parting gift from me to you. Because I know a lot of you have been bugging me about it and asking, you know, when am I going to make videos again, or telling me that you really miss my videos. A lot of you, trust me. And yeah, I miss you guys, but I don't want to do this anymore. It's just like with my music career, why I just walked away from a music career. I just woke up and, like Forrest Gump, I just didn't want to do it anymore, you know. But with that having been said, we're almost at Mount Hagen, so that's a plus. So let me see if I can coerce Kara into contacting
Port Moresby Center, Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, 13,200.
Kara. All this time you haven't spoken to them?
Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, Port Moresby Center, QNH 1014. Radar contact continue.
Yeah, well, we're going to need to contact Mount Hagen. So we need to land.
Tower, Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf
Look at that,
Bravo
20 miles.
20 miles east, 13,200 with Alpha to land.
All right, I'm going to turn all of this stuff off.
Beechcraft November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo, Tower, QNH 1014. Make straight in runway 30.
Okay. Kara, did you acknowledge that? You did not.
Make straight in runway 30, Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
So I'm just going to follow this line here because that'll get us in, and then we can get this done. So I'm going to lower the range a bit. And yeah, we're just going to follow the line. Sure does like to fly, huh? Alright, I'm pulling the power back a bit. And I'm also going to put my lights on because you know me. Oh, nose light won't go on until the gear is down. Whoops. So if I did my flight planning correct, this should actually line us up to the runway. So all I need to do is just follow this line. Alright, need to make a turn here. As for Microsoft Flight Simulator itself, I'm glad to see it's in a good place now. I'm glad to see they finally did the things that I've been asking them to do for 5 years now. Like the One Eye VR view. Yeah, I needed this when I first started making flight sim videos, this was what I wanted to impress upon them, so that content creators such as myself, such as the people I mentioned, and all the other people that do content for Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially the VR people, so that we can actually show this sim in the best possible light. I didn't do it just for my own selfish ends. I did it for everyone. The same way it was me who, you know, basically took it upon myself to rally the entire VR community to get Microsoft to even do VR in the first place. You're still welcome, by the way, Asobo and Microsoft. And to think they weren't even going to do it. You know what I had to go through to prove to them that there was a demand for VR, and people fought me tooth and nail over that shit. Even AvSim accused me and the VR community of basically spamming them.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo. Wind calm. Cleared to land runway 30.
Okay, well, I don't know if we're cleared to land or not, but
Clear to land runway 30. Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
I need to put my gear down and I need my flaps down, and I can't see the runway. I'm just trusting that this thing knows where the hell we're going. But yeah, all the stuff that we had to go through to get VR to where it is, and now here it is. And it's ironic because, you know, anytime we hear from a Asobo, they're like, oh yeah, we love flying in VR. Well, yeah, no shit. I told you you would. But it's all good. Nothing but love for you, Asobo. I'm glad you finally saw the light. Just sucks I had to fight you on it. Alright, I'm gonna go flaps down. And that's coming forward. Gear down. And why do I get the sneaking suspicion that they've got me lined up the wrong way on this? They most certainly do. Because the runway is at 300. Let me set this thing up here. Yeah, we're not even remotely close to 300. That's our runway? The little short one? Oh, I don't think so. We're going around, baby. We're gonna do this the right way. Alright, so here's the plan, folks. You see that little valley over there? Yeah, we're gonna turn around there and we're gonna come in. So, buckle up. This might get interesting. We're hand flying a Starship home. Why? Because I can. So yeah, I'm not going to BS you folks and say, yeah, you know, I'm coming back to flight simming, I've seen the light, or, you know, any of that crap. I'm done with it. I'm really done with it. And I don't say it from a place of disgust. I say it from a place of a man who is thoroughly in love with his hobby and is extremely proud of both the community and the people that have come together to make this hobby a viable reality. The corporations, not so much, but the individual developers, the people that actually did the hard work to make this sim where it is, what it is right now, all of you will forever have my gratitude. I appreciate you. You've really made our dreams come true, especially just doing what I'm doing right here. I can't fly in real life. I don't have a pilot's license, and given my current medical conditions, I guess you would say, it's unlikely that I'm ever going to get one. But with that being said, I can do this in VR and do crazy steep ass approaches like this, like I'm a freaking Tomcat pilot. By the way, press F to pay your respects to the Tomcats. It's the end of an era officially, with the last ones being, shall we say, retired. Yeah. Craziness. But yeah, if it wasn't for you people who did the work and made this a reality, I wouldn't get to sit here for like 2 hours practically, telling you about my life story and talking about flight simming. And by the way, this aircraft, if you haven't picked it up yet, go ahead and pick it up. I highly, highly recommend that you do it. I'm not getting paid for this. In fact, none of my videos are monetized anymore. I no longer have a partnership with YouTube. I let it lapse. And I'm certainly not getting paid by either Black Square or Just Flight. But yeah, I 110% recommend this aircraft. If you have not yet picked it up and you're into unique birds such as this, yeah, do yourself a favor, get it. No ifs, ands, or buts. It is 100% worth it. Alright, and with that having been said, let's bring her in. Alright, now we go into the beta. Nice. And we're going to watch the brakes, make sure we don't overheat those. Welcome to Mount Hagen, folks. I'm going to go a little further down before we make the turn here.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo. Exit runway when able.
Oh, we're able right now. Alright, let's get those flaps up.
Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo. Contact ground on 120.5.
Uh-huh. Okay, you do that.
120.5 for Beechcraft Alpha Golf Bravo.
We're totally not contacting the ground. Sorry. I just want to find a parking spot and call it done. So there you have it. There is my one-time return to Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you've managed to stick around this long, then congratulations to you. This is the last long video that you will ever have to endure from me. But you know what? It's been an incredible run. Hell, this entire YouTube channel has been an incredible run. I can't say I will never make YouTube videos ever again. I might pop up the odd Black Desert Online video, or I might show you more in depth about Maika or some of the other Skyrim projects that I'll work on. But yeah, as far as flight simming goes, it's in a good enough place right now, and it's in good enough hands with the content creators that are out there. Y'all don't need me anymore. So I can retire in peace. Just like how NovaWing24 has pretty much retired from his YouTube channel, and just like how Sergio from Helisimmer has retired from Helisimmer. It's time for us to fade off into the sunset, I think. So that is what we are going to do. So thank you as always for watching. This has been BelGeode. I'm still alive. I'm still out there. In fact, I might even put up some old videos or songs, actually. You know, like some of the bands that I've played with in the past. You may see videos come online for that, because I'm trying to leave a legacy here. So that's what I'll use the channel for, is basically as a storehouse for old videos of old bands. But in any event, thanks as always for watching, and I hope you've at least enjoyed my little hopping back into the saddle, shall we say. As always, nothing is ever perfect. Nothing has ever been perfect. That was never my point when I started this channel. I didn't want to do everything perfectly. I accept the fact that we all make mistakes, and you learn from them. And I've had an awful lot of fun doing this, and I couldn't have done that without you. So all the people over the years that I've met, all the people that I have inspired, I appreciate every single one of you. It's because of you why I ended up doing all of this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Alright, with that having been said, let's shut this puppy down. Alright, generator, you can come off. And do I need to turn anything else off? I noticed I didn't have the pitot heat on, but that's alright. I don't even care about that. Don't even care. Could have just hit that little bar and I would have turned everything off. Okay, so I think we're good. And we never did get to see Kara. It's only fitting. The last video ever, the last flight sim video ever. And Kara done abandoned me. Damn. Where's the love? If Kara would have been Alianis, she'd probably still be here. Alright, but that's all I brought for show and tell, so thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you. When will you see me again? I couldn't tell you, but just know I'll be thinking about you. Sometimes I've watched some of my older videos over again just to kind of reminisce and see the journey that we've been on. But one thing I will say, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey. Alright folks, ciao.